Good morning, guys. We're going full glam today just because it's Thursday and I have an idea for an eyeshadow look and a lip combo. Does that mean it's always gonna work out? No. But I will say sometimes when I try something new, that is my favorite looks ever. So we're gonna try it today. I don't have my jewelry or anything on. I'll probably do that at the end when I see how it all comes together, because I'm gonna wear a vest and stuff, but I don't really feel like wearing a vest the whole time I'm getting ready. So good morning. We have a couple new things to try. I think I have everything linked, I hope. But I'm gonna start with Ofir's mattifying primer. If you're new to Ofir, as far as like this month, there is a really good sale going on right now where you can do buy 2 get 1 free, buy 3 get 2 free, or buy 4 get 4 free. I don't know when that ends. I think it might end this month, but I don't want to say that because I'm not positive. But basically, you can add whatever items you want to your cart. So if you need some refills on some basics, or you've been wanting to try them, or get like some new eyeshadow, whatever the case, you can buy 2 products and get 1 free, buy 3 get 2, and buy 4 get 4. If you're, whatever you're doing, so like if you're doing buy 4 get 4, make sure you have 8 full price items in your cart, so that way you get 4 free. If you see a sale item that you want, like there's maybe like 1 shade of the lip pencils that's on a special discount, that is totally fine if you want to still add it to your cart, but it won't count towards your 8 item total. So just be aware of that. I have it linked and the code up in the description. The code will probably auto apply, but if not, just apply it at checkout. So yeah, that's a really good deal that is still happening for now. I'm also going to use the illuminating eye gel. That way our eyes are nice and hydrated, makeup isn't settling in, and it does have a slight color correcting as well. How is everybody? What's everyone up to today? Anything fun? Anything new? Did anybody watch Age of Attraction last night? We were kind of talking about that last week, that show on Netflix that is like kind of creepy. I watched it and I was a little bored. I actually fell asleep at the end. But I don't want to give any spoiler alerts unless you guys seen it. So if you're gonna watch it, possible spoiler alert, I guess, once I see if anybody else has watched it. I took a shower this morning because I do every morning, but I did not wash my hair, so I just want to like blow dry my roots, because you know water kind of splashes around and stuff. And I feel like if you just let it air dry, sometimes that makes your hair look greasy. I don't know. Super quick. Ugh. Anybody have any fun plans this weekend? Remember how it was 70 and stuff last week here? We were talking about that. Well, it snowed last night. Now it's snowy outside. Never lasts long. Good morning, Tina. How are you? I don't think it's not gonna stick, I don't think, because it's not that cold out, but it's just kind of a muddy, snowy mess. Alright, we'll fix our hair after we're done. I just want it out of my face for our get ready. I actually love this brush from Launch. It's just a brush, but I really like it. Good morning, Mom. Alright, let's do our eyebrows, and then we are gonna get started. Also, do you guys watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? Last night, I watched the interview from Jesse Draper, or whatever. It's like a podcast, but I usually just put the YouTube video on while I'm cleaning or doing something, and I'll just listen to it in my headphones. So that's what I did, because we had Cody's little birthday party last night. And anyways, I loved the way she did her makeup. So, or whoever, her glam team. So that's kind of, I don't have a picture in front of me, but that's kind of my inspo for at least the color scheme. Her lip was like kind of an orangey lip, which I found interesting. And usually I don't really love that on myself, but we're going to try zhuzhing up a little bit and see what we think. I probably like an orangey lip more when I was like tan and in the summer, you know, because I just feel like that would probably go better together. But I'm excited to try it anyways. And then for the eye, I don't know exactly, but we'll do something full glam. This has been kind of a long week. How about anybody else? I have a meeting this morning, and yeah. It never fails. Every time the other guy that works for the town is gone, I just want to wipe that chapstick off. Like, something happens. You know what I mean? And it's just, it never fails because it's a two-man show. So when one person leaves, then, you know, if I left, it'd be something with the billing system or some, you know, something, someone has an issue with that. Or if he leaves, it's like something with water or sewer or something like that happens. It just never fails. Yes, mine has been dragging. Yes, I'm with you, Tina. I am ready to get this Thursday over, and then I have like a project in the beginning stages, which is always just kind of hectic when you're like trying to secure funding and stuff, and then I have an audit coming up, which I'm like, and it's like a big audit, which I've never had because we're such a small town, but anyways, boring stuff. It's just not fun. You know what I mean? Boring day job stuff. I'm like, not really into this. Not really my vibe, if you know what I mean. Good morning, Desiree. My phone let me know again. Oh my gosh, that is a miracle, Desiree, because I swear that like never happens. Or it's like it notifies people one day and then the next week, or like 1 week's pretty good. The next week I'm on here crickets by myself for like 5 minutes or longer. And then it's like 2 days later, people are like, oh, I'm just seeing this video. I'm like, Facebook, if you want people to use your live feature, I'm like, the point of a live is the interaction. Otherwise, I would just make a 3-minute video with the same tutorial. You know what I mean? If it was just for the makeup. Good morning, Kenya. Good morning, Dawn. Me too, Tina. Good morning, Kathy. My phone let me know too. Oh my gosh, that is exciting. Did you guys actually turn notifications on or just like randomly decided to notify you? Alright, I'm just kind of carving out my brows to highlight under my brow, but also hopefully get them to match a little bit more. And we've already screwed it up, which that's pretty much the case every day. Sometimes I just go in with a pencil at the very end and kind of like try to fix it a little bit. My eyebrows don't actually grow the same, so that's what makes it a little trickier when it comes to getting them to look the same. Ugh. Okay, we'll go in at the end and do some touching up, but we're just gonna leave it like this for now. Okay, this foundation I cannot link. It retired, so just FYI, I'm just trying to use it up, and I do not have any updates on Skin Satin. Trust me, the minute I do, you guys will be the first to know, because I will be shouting it from the rooftops. I'm just trying to use this up while I wait for that to restock. And yeah, hopefully that's soon, but I do not have any updates. Good morning, coffee time. I know, and I left my coffee on the counter, of course. I get them all the time, but I always get caught. Oh, at the end, like it notifies you once the video is like almost over. Random notify. Well, nice. I'm glad I did. I'm not gonna complain. Good morning, Rebecca. A long week. Everyone is feeling it. Yes. I was told brows are cousins, not twins. Very good point, Desiree. Like when they said sisters, not twins, I'm like, my brows aren't even sisters, I don't think, at this point. Oh, and one other question I've been getting. This is the Core Canvas brush by Ofir. I think it's actually more for the cheeks, but I've been loving it for my liquid foundation. And yes, you can do tools for your Ofir buy more, save more cart. The only thing that won't work is sets. So since sets are a little bit discounted, they don't count towards your total. And that's for all sets, so not just the brushes, but any set. And those are really the only exclusions, I believe, is sale items and sets. Eyebrows are the worst. I always have to remember they're sisters and not twins. I am just finishing up my first foundation. I have 1 or 2 left. Oh, thank goodness. You got several the first time. I'm so glad, Kathy. And it does last a long time. You're right. I've had mine for so long, but I did kind of like quit using it when it started like selling out, because I was like, do I need to savor this? Or like, I don't know. So I started using up these foundations, like random foundations that I had. But I will say I have only went through 1 full bottle, and that's when I was using it like every single day. So it did last a very long time. Yay, you got noticed too, Shanna? It's just a miracle today. How do you become an affiliate with Ofir? Probably didn't spell that correctly. So with Ofir and like a lot of affiliate jobs, you actually apply like kind of like a job. If they're hiring, then you apply and then they can hire you that way. So it's a little different than like some affiliate programs. You can just go sign up, you know what I mean? And it's just where anyone can sign up. Where this one's a little bit more like a traditional job and like more of a partnership than just, hey, here's a link and, you know, you can promote if you want, but they're really not doing anything. So that's how. Anyways, long story short. Basically, you have to apply just like a job. And to be honest, I don't think they're hiring affiliates, but you could, I have the website linked, and you could definitely go on there and check under like the support tab or anything like that and see. You never know. I haven't looked. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. It's just a good base foundation. I do a pretty thin layer, and then I kind of like stipple it in. But I just can't believe there's snow. I don't think it's supposed to be very warm this weekend. But that's okay. We'll survive. Alright, powder foundation is my next step. I am a powder girl. I absolutely love this powder foundation by Unique. For reference, I've talked about this 8 million times. I used to be like a hardcore Unique girl, as in that was like 90% of what I used. That was the only company I worked with. That was like my thing. And obviously since then, like we're trying BK Beauty today. These are brushes. Oh shoot, I meant to open these. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna open these in case there's still a brush we can use. I meant to use them for foundation. Trying a new mascara today. This one's actually brown, which I've been wanting a good brown mascara, so I'm excited to try that. But anyways, the powder foundation is one thing that I still absolutely love of Unique's, and I've never used one that I liked as much. It has shea butter, it has vitamin A, it has vitamin E. It's a very great coverage, as you can see, and it's like a soft, kind of velvety texture. It doesn't dry the skin out or like suck the moisture out of your skin like a lot of powders. I actually feel like as you wear it, you almost kind of get like more glowy and hydrated looking throughout the day. And you can apply a nice light layer like this for a medium coverage where it doesn't settle, it doesn't, nothing like that. Or if you want, you can use the little sponge that it comes with or a beauty blender and kind of pack it on more for a full coverage. When I'm in a hurry, I will just do primer and then I'll just go right over it with my powder and a sponge, and honestly it looks great. I feel like this layering products is a little bit more full glam looking and like lasts a little better, but for a quick easy makeup you can totally just slap on just the powder foundation, throw on a little blush or bronzer, mascara, and be out the door, and it is really, really pretty. It's such a good foundation. So it is a little more on an expensive side. I've tried some cheaper powder foundations, and you guys know I love when I find something cheap. Like we have some lip combos that are under $5, you know, but I personally have not found a cheap one that is really even comparable. So that's one thing I am still hooked on. They just went through a change and I went ahead and signed up for the app and all of that because I'm like, I need my powder. It's gonna be 80s in Kansas City today and 50s tomorrow. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. Excited for the 80s though. Are you excited or are you a winter girl? I like the BK Beauty brushes for small eyes. Yeah, you guys actually were the ones, I'd never heard of this brand. Thank you, Dawn. Yeah, it's definitely not flawless, but the powder, it really just gives you this like hydrated, pretty finish. I love it. So I have this linked under powder foundation and it's just so good. Okay, so we are gonna do an orangey lip combo today. So I wanna go ahead and get my lip stain on now so that can dry. I think I have one that's kind of orangey. I don't remember which color it is. And I have these lip stains linked. It's a peel off lip stain set. They're cheap, guys. But for the price, dang it. For the price, it's $9.99. You get 6 of them and they do work. Like, they really do peel off. The color really does last. The containers are pretty small, so I don't know that it will last as long as like if you got a more expensive or like bigger brand. And I do want to try like the Sachu Beauty ones. I have not yet, but for the price, I have 0 complaints with these. So we're gonna get, this is shade 5, and this one has kind of an orangey tint. So I kind of want this as my base today. And I'm gonna do my entire top lip. And this is a stain, so if you get like in the wrong spot, you do want to get it off right away. Also, with it being peel off, you don't want too thin of a layer. So you want to make sure there is a decent amount of product. This is getting a little old because I've had it for a while and I've used these quite a bit. So I'm just dipping back in just to make sure I get my entire lip covered. Good morning, Marla. I'm totally a summer girl. Me too. So you are excited for the 80s then. All right, we're gonna do just a little more here. I noticed on the makeup inspo, there was way more like color on her top lip and it was like an orangey gold color. So I wanna make sure to do my entire top lip and then we're only gonna do the outside of the bottom. I've done this before and actually it looks pretty good. I don't really know the reasoning behind it. That's probably something an actual like legit makeup artist figured out. Maybe it makes your lips look plumper. I don't know. Okay, and we're just gonna let that dry. Did I say good morning already, Marla? How are you? What is up? What are you up to today? Okay. I'm gonna open these. I should have opened these before I did my foundation, but yeah, I forgot. I'm excited to try these. Anyways, what I was gonna say is I had never actually heard of this brand, and I don't know if we were talking about affiliate stuff or what, but you guys were the ones who recommended like that you loved these brushes, that they were so good, and you knew they worked with affiliates. So I went ahead and sent them an email, and I don't know if they have like a legit like affiliate program or if they just didn't sign me up for it. But they did send me an invite on TikTok. I'll be honest, I don't sell hardly anything on TikTok. I try my best, but I don't know, I'm just kind of better at Facebook, I guess. So they might see that and be like, yeah, we're not working with this girl. But anyways, I linked it up in the description. So this is the eye brush set. This is kind of nice because it actually has a list on the back of what they are. So we'll definitely try these out today. Thank you, Dawn. I think it's from Shein. I'll check. But you guys were the ones who said these were like the best brushes. It is very, very soft. So we're gonna use these for our eye look today. And then let's open the face brushes. very soft. This one's like a nice big angled brush. We can definitely use that on our cheeks. I have a mix. So I have some more expensive brushes and I do have some cheaper brushes. So I have like a cheap pack linked, and I like having that because do better brushes blend your makeup better? Probably yes, but I do like having a little variety of like different shapes, different sizes, things like that. And sometimes, you know, you're balling on a budget, so you're not trying to buy, you know, 20 more expensive brushes to have your entire collection. So I have a couple options up above, but these do feel very, very nice. And actually, like I said, you guys recommended this to me. I could have totally used this one for my foundation, but we'll go ahead and maybe we'll use it for our bronzer, and then we'll try this littler one for our blush. How cute. They are BK Beauty. Yes. Yep, BK Beauty. So I had never heard of it, like I said, but you guys were the ones who told me about them. So I'm excited to try them. All right, let's go in with a little Long and Berry. This is the blush by Ofir, but it's in more of a bronzing shade. So I love it as like a matte bronzer option, but it is under the blushes. So if you grab it or you want to add it to your buy more, save more cart, find it under blush. Yes, they are. I have those. I bought the ones for small eyes. That is so cool that they make that. I have the BK Beauty Concealer Brush and love it. See, everybody loves it. And actually, how beautiful is that? That actually is really, really pretty. Sometimes I find when I use like more densely bristled brushes like this, it almost kind of makes it a little too harsh. But this really is just still such a soft, pretty, pretty blend. I'm so glad you guys put me on this. And I'm just going right where my natural like line is for my cheek. I'm going right above that. And I'm just gonna kind of carve it out and also bronze the face up a bit. That is so pretty. I am so excited that you guys put me on these. Wow, I love that. I actually love, love, love the blend. Did you get the hooded eye brushes? I don't know. Did they say that? Oh yeah, yep, it is. Hooded / small eye. I have a partially hooded eye, so I don't have a fully hooded. If you're not sure what hooded means, it's basically where this part of your eye covers your lid. So like you can see mine sits partially on top of it. It's like you can't see that. A fully hooded eye is where you can't even see the lid. You can only see this kind of brow area. They feel very soft though, and after seeing how this is blending our blush, I'm very excited to try them. Yes, Dawn, I actually did link them, so they should be up in the description, but if you guys have any issues with the link, just let me know. So I linked it under BK face brushes and BK eye brushes. And both are in a set. So the set of 3 face brushes come together, and then the set of 5 eye brushes come together in those links. Pretty. I actually love that. Thank you guys so much for recommending. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit on our nose, but not crazy, because as you guys know, I don't know that I have the shape of a nose that needs contoured or that benefit, and not that it doesn't need it, but that benefits from contour. I'm not so sure about that. Maybe. Maybe. And then I am actually going to go ahead, since we want a really cohesive look, but we're going to be using a lot of oranges and browns. I'm going to take a little bit of this same color, and I'm going to go right in the crease of my eye with this fluffy brush. This is, I can tell, very, very soft, so it's going to be good for preventing overdoing of the makeup, where you pick up way too much product and it gets super dark right off the bat. As you can tell, it's like very light. So that's good if you feel like you kind of look a little clowny when you do makeup, or that kind of like makes you nervous. This is going to be a really good brush option for that. just for kind of putting on that base color. That'll keep our makeup look nice and cohesive, because even though I'm going to put eyeshadow in other spots on my eye, we'll have a lot of the same color scheme throughout our face. I want those so badly. My eyes have a full hood. Yeah, I love that they made an eyeshadow brush set specifically for that, because it is such a common thing. And I personally have never seen another company do that myself. So I love that. I love the BK brushes, and they're not expensive. Yeah, they're really not bad, because you get like a whole set. Mike calls my makeup room my department store. Yesterday comes in and says, I need to speak with your manager. Oh my gosh, Marla, that is so funny. Mine could totally be a department store too, but it would be like a messy, like, who's managing this place? Like, it looks like a disaster. How are people supposed to shop in here? That kind of department store. It's kind of like shopping at Ross. Like, you're gonna find a good deal and you're gonna find some cool stuff, but not if you don't dig. Not if you're not willing to get in the trenches of those clothing racks, get on the floor. I mean, you're going to have to fight your way through the disaster. Where TJ Maxx, it's like, it's going to be more expensive, but it's going to be clean. It's kind of the difference between like Target and Walmart. It's like, both have cute clothes, but do you want the shopping experience or a better deal? All right, let's go in with Pink Apple. Oh, wait. I don't know. I think I probably will use Pink Apple. I also want to get out, I haven't used this color in forever, so I gotta find it. Not you. It's like the last color that I pick up. Oh, this one, Sunset Spark by Ofir. This is a highlighter. We're gonna use that on our eye look today. And then actually, I've been only using the golden highlighter. Let's go ahead and use a little Radiant Rose, since it's pinky, but since we're kind of going in that peachy orangey, I feel like it will be kind of pretty. Or maybe I'll just wish I used the gold. We'll see. So I'm actually going to put this on under the blusher. I don't like a super bright. Oh, that's kind of a blushy shade. Let's just do this. We're not going to put that right there. We're going to go like this. I haven't used these in a while. Yeah, that one's more pigmented. Obviously, it has that gold shimmer to it, but it's pigmented enough that it's more of a blusher. Actually, that's really pretty, but I want a little more orangey to it. I was just going to use it like a highlight, so I don't like my highlights super duper bright like I do, but I also want it blended. So I like to actually put my highlight under my blush, and then that way it's just kind of peeking through. It's not like a stripe on your face, you know what I mean? So this is Golden Rush, and this is Radiant Rose. That's actually really pretty for summer. Both Ofir. And then we're going to go in with, I think, Pink Apple, because this is, I want to say, the peachiest cheek stick. I'm actually going to go with Brown Pear, because I feel like I want it a little bit, like, this is kind of burgundy, but I feel like it kind of goes with the peachy, like, peaches, oranges, browns theme. And I'm going to kind of brighten that up a little. Thanks, Marla. Good morning, Sherry. How are you? Now, with Full Glam, do not be afraid to go in with a little bit more blusher. I'm also going to be setting mine with setting spray, which will slightly mattify it. Also, this brush is very pigment packing, so you're going to need a little bit of product if you guys order the BK Beauty. I can tell that right now, where usually I use a little bit more of a, like a powder brush. So a very little bit is going to go a long ways. I like to just pick up some of the product right on my brush, and then I go in that way. You can apply it directly to your cheek. You can use your fingers. This is my favorite way if I am putting it over powder foundation and like Full Glam, because I don't want to lift any of the makeup that's under this. So I kind of stipple and press it in versus like swiping, smudging, smearing it off. When you are doing Full Glam, one thing that is really common, and especially if you're getting like family photos or anything like that, it's okay, and don't be afraid to go a little heavier on the blush. When you take a picture, it naturally kind of like fades that aspect of your face, And so you really want like a really pigmented blush when you're going full glam or, you know, family pictures, something like that. All right, let's see if this is dry. You do with the lip stain, you want to let it dry completely, and then as long as you do that, I find it just peels right off. I know when I saw these first came out, I was like, yuck, that's going to be a disaster. It's not going to work. I thought it would just like crinkle and crack, and you'd be like peeling off like little individual, you know, spots. And I was like, no. And then the more videos I saw, the more I was like, wanted to try it. Even though I was like, why not just use a regular lip stain? But I will say, I get the hype now. I really do love them. Alright, so we are just going to wipe off any possible excess. You can use a Q-tip. You can use paper towel. I always just have like a little towel in my lap to wipe my brushes off with. So I'm just using a clean corner from that. And then I do want to set my face, and we're going to finish our makeup. This will just melt all those powder products together, give you a really seamless blend and this really hydrated look. I'm doing good too, Sherry. Thank you. And just let it dry. Don't try to touch it. Don't try to do anything. I love these. Thank you guys again for the suggestion. I do have them linked if anyone doesn't have them. But wow, they really are so good. So thank you guys for putting me on that brand. All right, now I'm gonna take this. Which one of these is a little lighter? I want to use whichever one's slightly lighter. These are the e.l.f. Cream Glide lip liners. I have it linked above. They are very, very similar. Well, we've never used this one, so let's try it. I can't really tell which one's different. So this is in the shade Espresso Martini. And I want to just really carve out that shadow around the lip to give it that fuller look. I would say this one's more cool toned. So the dark cocoa that we've used a lot they're both a pretty dark brown, but I would say that one's a little more of a warm brown and a true brown, where this is a little bit more of a cool tone brown, meaning it has kind of that gray tint, kind of like a shadow, which is great for contouring. So I would say after putting it on my lips, that's the main difference I noticed. And these are only $3, you guys, so super good deal. No! I'm just kind of taking my finger and smudging because I want to make sure that liner's nice and soft. And then we are going to take the brush we put our concealer on with this morning. This is a super easy hack, you guys. I don't know if this is the one, but any flat brush, if you ever get your lipstick messed up, just take that and you can kind of carve it back off. I missed the eyes. I had to go into the store, darn it. Desiree, don't worry, we're not done. All I have on my eyes right now is the Long and Berry blusher, so we are not done. How was your birthday party last night? It was good, or the birthday party, it was good. My husband is the head track coach, which is kind of funny because it wasn't really like planned. I think he's liking it, but he was just gonna volunteer his time to keep so that the kids that live here, because we live in a small town, I'm gonna start doing the eyes so that I don't lose too much time, but he was just gonna volunteer for like practices and stuff, and then he ended up being the head track coach. So anyways, yesterday was the like far away practice that they go to so that the kids can practice on like a more legit track and like some of the events that we don't have to set up for and stuff. So he didn't even get back till like 7 or 7:15. And so then his best friend came over. His wife came over a little after that because she was still working at the time. And then his mom and stepdad and little brother came over. So we just visited, had some cake, had some ice cream. Another good brand is Sigma brushes. Okay, Joan, I've never heard of that one either. Anyways, we're gonna go in with Sunset Spark. How stunning is that? It's like a gorgeous copper. This is actually like a highlighter, but I could never use a color this dark as highlighter. So to me, in the summer when I'm tan, I'll take like a light brush and just do the lightest like bronzing, or it's like the most beautiful eyeshadow ever. This is under the Pivot powder. So they're kind of made to like all be eyeshadow highlight, blushy, bronzy, you know, like those face and eye type products. Anyways, they are stunning. But yeah, we just visited, hung out for a little bit, and that was pretty much the end of the birthday party. It wasn't like that good because, okay, a couple months ago, Cody's mom, my mother-in-law, always asks me for like birthday ideas, and I literally never have any ideas. I'm like, I don't even know, like I don't even know what I'm gonna get him, you know what I mean, besides like a gift card or something. But she wants to get like an actual gift to open. And so a couple months ago, we were at Big R, which is that nationwide? Anyways, it's basically just like, I don't know what it is. It's like an egg store, but it also has like tools and clothes and stuff. Anyways, he was looking at this tool and he was like, I really need one of these. Whatever. This was like a month or 2 months ago. So instantly, before I could forget the name or like what number it was, because you know there's like 20 volt, 18 volt, blah blah blah. I don't even know that stuff, so I knew I would instantly forget. I immediately texted my mother-in-law the name and what it was, and said birthday idea for Cody. And she got that, and he said he like gets it, and he says he has 4 of them. And I was like, why did you say you needed one? Because I'm like, I know I got the name right, because I'm like, I instantly literally texted her right then and there, still in the Big R. So anyways, I mean, he said he'll use it, and then I just got him a gift card. So yeah, not the best probably presents. How pretty is that? All right, let's try this. I love this brush. I might do just a little bit of brown eyeliner. I guess I should make sure I'm not getting too crazy on time. I kind of need to do something with my hair. I don't think it's going to be a whole lot. This eyeliner doesn't exist anymore, but if you're doing the buy more, save more, Ofir does have a really pretty new brown eyeliner. So if you've been looking for one, that would be a great option. And they made it where it's twist up, because I think that was one of the complaints. I actually don't even have it yet. I just saw it last night because I was looking on the website for something. I don't even remember. And I was like, ooh, that's perfect. All right, let's go in with kind of this chocolatey, not chocolatey, like a cool tone brown. And we're gonna smudge that out and smoke it out. I'm also probably gonna use a little bit of Sunset Spark under there, but I wanna add like a little bit of a wing and smoke it out. Thank you, Marla. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a good day too. This brush is perfect for smudging. I can already tell this look is gonna be good. See how much smudging it changes like the way my eyes pop? That's what I'm telling you guys every day. Don't be afraid to smudge. If you want it looking glam, smudge. All right, I'm gonna take just a little bit of this Sunset Spark. It is so pretty. It will last you for probably a lifetime because you need such a small amount, but I love it. Especially, I think it's a pretty summer, fall, and winter color, to be honest. Okay, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I will say I might, do I want to use the brown mascara? I don't know, because this is like so full glam. Okay, let's go in with this. This is the Dune palette by Ofir. By the way, so this is the all matte palette. I was not really excited for this. I wasn't like, ew, that's disgusting. I wasn't like that, but I was just kind of like, meh, you know, when I saw it. I use this probably more than any other palette. I really do, because I pair it with so many other things, like different eyeshadow palettes, maybe a liquid eyeshadow, the Pivot powders, and I use them as like a base and to kind of smoke out different looks. I 100% would say this palette is worth the investment. You will get so much use out of it. It is crazy. Okay, I just kind of wanted to darken up those outer corners. Should we use brown or black? Is that the smudging brush, the new one from BK Beauty? Yes. So it is this one. They don't have, oh wait, does it say on here? 203 is the number of the blush. And then this one that we used for our base shadow is 202. What do you guys think? Brown mascara, or should we go with black since this is so like more glammy? I want to put my mascara on before I might do a liquid liner and a little wing and go full crazy today. Who is she? I actually love Ofir's liquid liner. I'm not a big liquid liner fan. I have a hard time applying it. But I will say I usually do pretty good with that one. That is one thing I think they nailed, because I'm typically not, like I said, a big fan of liquid liner, and I don't do it often, but if I do, I'm definitely using Ofir. I'm just taking a little bit of translucent setting powder and targeting those areas that my makeup settles or that I have bigger pores. I actually love this setting powder. It's a different brand. Black, black. I'd like to see the brown mascara on you. Ofir's eyeliners are the best. They stay put. I'm not even mad that you have to sharpen some of them. I am, however, going to try the new ink one, though, and hope it doesn't skip. I hope so, too. Because, yeah, I never had that, and actually I thought it was a different shade. But you mentioned that that happened to yours, so I think that'll be, hopefully, a good change. And then hopefully people will like the twist up aspect too, because I know that was something like not everybody loves a sharpen liner. Loving the brown. I'd like to see the, oh, but black would probably nail the look. That's what I'm afraid of. Okay, well, here's the thing. We'll just go in with brown because we can always go over it with a black. You know what I mean? If we're like, oh, that's not quite doing it, we'll just go over it with a black. So this brand is You Cool Me. I've never used anything by them. And they have black mascara as well. But I've been wanting a brown mascara for a while. And then with summer coming up, I knew, like, I've been wanting to do some, like, no makeup looks. And I just think brown mascara is so much softer and, like, really completes those looks well. So I knew I wanted a brown one. But they do have black. So in case you're, like, wanting to try a new mascara, but maybe brown just isn't your jam, that is an option as well. I like Ofir's liquid liner too, but I'm fighting they seem to dry out fast. Okay, I have not personally had any do that, Becky, myself, but you never know. I mean, maybe I got lucky. I have some that are like so old that are still going strong, and it actually like shocks me, but I don't use mine a ton either, so that could also be why mine are lasting longer than I would think. But yeah, hopefully they last good. I've had really good luck with that, but... Okay, well, I was going to use a brown. Where are you? What's this one? Onyx. That's black. Oh, I might have found it. Another Onyx. Ofir had a brown liquid liner. Or they still have, maybe. But I can't find mine. So we have every color but the brown, which brown was the one I was planning to use. I want to see you use the burgundy one. Sky High makes some fun colors, but I want to see you use it first. Okay, I just saw a video of a girl not long ago, like 1 or 2 days ago, and she was using burgundy mascara, and actually, I'm the same as you. Now, Kathy, I'm like, I want to use that. She totally made me want to try it, especially this summer when, like, you know, the mascara could be the main part of the look, and, like, the color that pops. I think burgundy would be so pretty just to, like, draw the attention to the eyes. I've never used this brand, but I actually, first impression, I really like it. It's one of those more like rubbery applicators. And sometimes I feel like those don't show up the best, but I am feeling no issues like getting a lot of product on right away. I'm actually really excited about this. And this is one coat. I really like the brown too. I know it's probably kind of hard to see for you guys since I have like a coppery brownish eye look, so it's probably hard to really see the brown. I feel like it's easier to see that stuff if you just either don't have eyeshadow on or have like a very neutral eyeshadow on, but it's really pretty. I'm probably gonna do maybe the blue liquid liner because I feel like that would help the brown kind of pop a little bit. I actually really like the feel of that. Okay, today's mission, find burgundy mascara. Sky High, I gotta remember the name of that. I also want to get some more peel off lip stains. Like I always see videos for the Saatchi Beauty ones, and they are, I think they're like definitely affordable. They're not like crazy expensive. They're definitely a little more than like $6 for $9.99, but they're not, I don't think they're like crazy priced or anything. I think it's like 13 bucks or 12 bucks when I looked, so not terrible or anything. Like, I think that's very reasonable, so I want to order a couple of those. Alright, let's go in with this. I want to get a burgundy mascara. Blue mascara I've never loved, but I haven't had one for a long time, and one thing I did like to do with blue that I thought was really pretty, so if you have a blue and maybe it's just like too much for you to wear, not that there's anything wrong with wearing blue if you like blue mascara, so please don't take it as me saying that, just on myself, but one thing that I did like was black on top and blue mascara on the bottom was really pretty, so maybe something to try. You can get it on Amazon. Thank you, Kathy. I will definitely check there. Can you link the burgundy mascara? So this is just brown, if this is the one you're talking about, Amy, and I do have this one linked. The burgundy I don't have yet. It's just something I want to try. But of course, definitely once I get it, I will. I just stabbed myself in the eye. If you ever do that, let it set, let it dry. Don't panic. Don't try to instantly smear it. Just let it dry. Anyways, I'll definitely try it with you guys first and link it. But if you guys do like this brown one, I have it linked up in the description. I really like that. All right, I gotta let that dry. I poked myself in the eye, so when I did that, I like blinked really hard. So we're gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna show you what to do. I've shown it before, so it's not going to be anything new. And I actually like to apply one coat of mascara before I go in with a liquid eyeliner. So maybe that's a little trick, because then I kind of can use my eyelashes as a guide for like which direction they're going and where to draw that wing. And then I also feel like sometimes with liquid liner, if I curl my lashes, it kind of pulls it off. So that's why I like to do it after. And I'm going to do the whole top. Love that. I want to make this just a little sharper if I can. I am not at all a liquid liner girl, so if I can do this, you guys can for sure. Okay, I think I'm good to still do this side while I let that dry. Another thing with liquid liner is you can always like shake it, and when you store it, I just learned these tips because I did try to be a liquid liner girl for a while. When you store it, you can store it with its top down, and that'll keep your felt tip full every time you go to use it. So those are just a couple liquid liner tips I've learned over the years. But I'm definitely not the queen of wings and not the queen of liquid eyeliner at all. I'm about the same level with that as I am with my eyebrows, so. I use it every now and again, but it's definitely not like my specialty. And guess what? They're uneven. Guess what? Nobody's surprised by that. And this is where I get myself. I try to even them out so long that they get huge. So I do have to like eventually stop myself and just say, okay, good enough. Otherwise I'm, not trying to do that. Just trying to add a little more of a tip on this one. Jelly jar. What does that mean? Good morning, Marty. I like the brown too, Dawn. God, you're so gorgeous, not to be weird, but I want that outcome. Oh my gosh, Desiree, you are so sweet and you just made my day. Definitely try to recreate this. It will be beautiful on anyone for sure. We're not quite done. Could the last step potentially ruin this look? Maybe. But I saw that orange lipstick yesterday and I really want to try it. So we're gonna go for it, even if it does make this, I can always wipe it off. But I think this is gorgeous right here, and most likely I should probably stop or do a clear gloss, but I'm going for orange because I really liked that lip yesterday. All right, I'm just gonna go in with a little second coat. I've always been a 2 mascara coat girl. I did very little, but I just feel like that is kind of when you get the most like length and volume and stuff, is when you have that base on and then your mascara has something to stick to. It's kind of like it's like lash primer, but I just use mascara as my lash primer. Your eyes look amazing. It really makes the blue pop. Thank you, Dawn. I actually think so too. I think the brown is going to be really good for like blue and green eyes. Definitely going to make them pop. All right, and then what are we going to do with this hair? Okay, I'm going to wear a vest today. So, and I have about 15 minutes. I don't have a ton of time. Am I going to like this or no? Half up, half downs are very like, some days I love them and other days I'm like, no. You know what I mean? And I always like them. It's just the days, some days they work when I go to do it, and other days I'm like, okay, I obviously can't make that work today. It's not cooperating for me. Good morning, Suzanne. Thank you. Yeah, they're definitely not perfectly even, but maybe I'll take a little down here so my forehead isn't quite so big. I really need like some curls or some waves, but that's not going to happen this morning, I don't think, because I just don't have time. I still got to go put my jewelry on. See, I don't know if I like that. I keep telling you could use jelly jars to store your eyeliner. Oh, I know. Yes, you're right. Instead, I have this one giant pot holder, or what do you call them, like a flower pot, and then I can't ever find anything. You are so right, Kathy. You just got to keep reminding me. This probably might come down, but we'll see. Can I make it where I don't hate it? I don't know. Okay. I'm just kind of like pulling this and like doing that to make it a little messier and like pull the hair apart a little bit. Make it a little more like loose looking instead of so precise, and kind of give it that like bouncier look in the back. And then since the bottom, my hair's naturally stick straight, so if I want it a little like messy or something, take a little move it and kind of like try to give this some volume. Not volume, but just like a little shape to it, so it's not just all like stuck together straight hair. I really think this texture spray is going to save the day. I don't know about that, but I think it could work. All right, last step for the lip. This could be the one that ruins it all. but I want to do it because I really loved that gold lip on that podcast I was telling you guys about yesterday. And yeah, so this is the shade Zest by Ofir, and it's in the, I always forget the name of these, Hue Hydrator Sheer Lip Jelly. These are super hydrating. They're super pigmented. To me, they're kind of like an elevated lip gloss. Like, it's like if your chapstick, your lip gloss, and your lipstick had a baby. It's definitely more hydrating and more pigmented than just a lip gloss. And more long lasting, but you still have that glossy finish and feel. I kind of think this is the most I've ever liked this color, and I love this color in the tube. But every time I put it on my lips, I'm like, eh. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I don't really like that with this look, but I actually think I like it with this look. What do you guys think? Whoa. I was trying to get my part to come back out, and instead I just made little, like, horns on my head. This is why I get mid-shaft damage, because I'll keep doing this forever. Alright, guys, here is our final look. I love it. I would definitely do it again. Do I love my hair today? No, but sometimes it's makeup or hair, and it's not both. And it could definitely be worse, for sure. But yeah, I gotta go get my jewelry on. I love it too, actually, Dawn. My son must have left his phone here today. Anyways, I love it. If you guys are doing your Buy More, Save More carts by Ofir, that's the Hue Hydrator Lip Jelly in the shade Zest. I've never used another lip color like this, and I have a ton of makeup, and I've been making videos forever. So I would say, is this phone call ever gonna end? I would say it's a very, like, unique color and super pigmented. So I would say try it. It's kind of fun. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys have a good Thursday. I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow, maybe. So if you're new here, I go live Monday through Thursday at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, about every day, pretty much, with makeup. And then kind of sporadically on the weekend. So I'm not really sure what my weekend schedule looks like this weekend. But if you guys just make sure to turn notifications on, hopefully Facebook would notify you, and then we can hang out this weekend. But yeah, I might go try to do something else with my hair, but I do love the makeup, so ignore the hair. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Shanna. Dawn, you guys are so sweet. Thank you all so much. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.